Okay, it says we are live. I will believe YouTube when it says I'm live. What is up, guys? Chase Oliver here, bringing you another live stream to the channel, my AEW Double or Nothing review and results show. Now, I watched AEW late Saturday night. Then I watched it again on Sunday morning. And I said to myself, when I was trying to do a review, I said, no, I can't. Let this show settle a bit. Because nowadays in YouTube, especially for the YWC, it doesn't matter if you get your review up first. Who cares? Yeah, you're in the moment when the review happens. Yeah, it's more fun. Sometimes the rants are a little bit better. But for me, for this first inaugural show, I said, you know what? It's best if I let this simmer and then I go on and I review Double or Nothing when I feel like, hey, let me watch it again on Monday. Let me watch it on Monday morning after my workout when I have a protein shake in hand and I'm trying to get all big and swole. Let me watch it on Monday and let me see if I actually enjoyed the whole show. Let me see how much do I actually skip from the pay-per-view. And quite honestly, when I say this, when I watched AEW Double or Nothing again, and I've watched it 3 times, I will just say this. The first time I saw it, I said it was a solid show. Second time I saw it, I said it was a solid show. And the third time I saw it, I said it's a solid show. So, really, to be honest, this was just a solid show. AEW Double or Nothing was just that. Solid. Nothing that blew me away, nothing that I felt was 10 out of 10 perfect. I just felt like, hey, you did the job. Hey, it was all right. But that's okay. Not every show is going to be a home run. Sure, many AEW diehards will say it's a home run, but like I said in my preview and predictions, people are going to overhype / overrate this show to no end no matter what. It's because it's the first show, all the hype behind it, the fact that they're going against the WWE, the way that the WWE is right now, it's just not exciting. So when it comes down to it, Double or Nothing 2019, this show was just a solid show. The way that the show was presented, the way that the cameras were cut, just overall, it felt like an 07 WWE show. For a company that wanted to feel different and be different than the WWE, it sure as a hell felt like I was watching WWE. I did not feel like I was watching anything different, from Justin Roberts' voice to JR stumbling and bumbling through commentary. It didn't feel different. The whole we're trying to be a more athletic atmosphere type of wrestling, it felt like the main moments of the show that were like, oh my God, were the pro wrestling elements. The Awesome Khan surprise, the Jon Moxley surprise. Those aren't when I watch the NFL say, hey, that's sports and oriented based. No one in the NFL comes through the tunnel and makes the heroic touchdown or interrupts Tom Brady when he's trying to throw a touchdown. No, the stuff that really got AEW was the pro wrestling side of things. And I feel like, I don't know what they're trying to be. I feel like sometimes with All Elite Wrestling as a fan, I'm still questioning what is the identity of All Elite Wrestling. Like, they say they want to be this athletic, different type of wrestling, but I watched it and I sat there and I said, you had this same New Japan style of flow with a bunch of tag team and fatal 4-way, so a bunch of guys get on the card. Your camera cuts and your presentation felt like it was 2004 to 2007 WWE, which means you're not really that different than WWE whatsoever. Just overall, it felt like a WWE show. And I know everyone's going to be like, no, hear me out. What's different from Double or Nothing besides the takeover? Just the pyro. Like, honestly, if you watch any NXT takeover when they go to these big arenas and you watch Double or Nothing, what's the difference? It was just the pyro. That's really all that stood out to me that was different from the show, for them wanting to be an alternative, from them wanting to be different than the company WWE that they're so trying to be different for, and that their fans say has ruined professional wrestling. They sure as a hell felt just like WWE. That's how I felt watching it. If you want to disagree with me, you're more than welcome to. But I'm just saying, when I'm watching wrestling and stuff, I just felt this was just a takeover with some pyro and a better stage. That's how I felt about NXT. I called it NXT just based off how I felt. That's how I felt about Double or Nothing. You can hate me for saying that, but that's how I honestly felt. I'm not going to change my mind. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, well, I felt Double or Nothing. No, it really just felt like a takeover with a better stage and nice pyro. Presentation was nice. I'll give it that. But overall, this show just felt like an 04-07 solid WWE pay-per-view. Compare this to like Backlash 04, Judgment Day 04, and come back to me, because really that's how this show felt like. Where it's like the undercard matches, yeah, they're going to be hit or miss. Like, you know, they're going to be forgettable. Like, I don't think anytime soon I'm going to be like, wow, I remember SCU taking on #Strong Hearts, and that really changed everything for me. like you know, none of the undercard matches were like, wow. It's literally like watching Doug Basham and Danny Basham versus the Heartthrobs, but instead you got a little bit more flips and kicks added in there and a little bit more high athletic pace. The only undercard match that really stood out to me was the Fatal 4-Way Women's match, and that's just because they added Awesome Kong to it. Everything else, it was just like it's like what's it called? That's the only undercard match where it's like, wow, that stood out to me. It's not really mostly from the in-ring action. It's more from Khan coming out and shocking everybody. So really, to be honest, a lot of this show was like, minus the main card stuff, was really forgettable. I'm just going to be honest with you here. I'm like not going to remember SCU versus the Strong Hearts. The 4-way match, I'm only going to remember Khan coming out. Best Friends versus Angelico and Evans was solid. I don't know who the hell beat them up afterwards, but that was a solid match. The Joe Show 6-woman tag. People said it was the match of the night. I thought it was good the second time I saw it. Then the third time I saw it, I wanted to skip it. So really, to be honest, when you think about that and people giving this show a 10 out of 10, great show, how can you really sit there and say it's a 10 out of 10 great show when you look at the undercard and the undercard is kind of like, it's hit or miss? Who's really going back to watch the whole shows? That's what I'm going to say when it comes down to it. Like, I don't even go back and watch old school WWF pay-per-views that I felt were great when I was a kid. Sometimes I have to skip stuff. The only really WWE pay-per-view that I can go back and watch start from finish is Money in the Bank 2011. That's the only one. Even the Divas match. That's the one pay-per-view where I enjoy almost every single match on the card. That's like my benchmark pay-per-view. That's a problem with you guys, then sorry. But I think that's like one of the. I do not think Double or Nothing is even close to Money in the Bank 2011 levels. If you guys think that, your standards have dropped really, really far, because Money in the Bank 2011 was flipping insane. Double or Nothing, you know, it was solid. It wasn't anything insane. It was solid. You know, you had a really good match in Cody versus Dustin, which I'm sure a lot of people are going to put in their match with your contenders, and rightfully so. Very good blood battle between these guys. I felt the first half of the match was just really goofy, but once the blood started coming in, that was really good. I felt Dustin told a good story of how he's like the Attitude Era guy, and Cody, he was trying to kill the Attitude Era this whole time, but Dustin was going to go down easy and stuff like that. So really, to be honest, I really felt that match was really good, especially once the blood started going. That was good. But what I didn't like about this match is straight up, like, afterwards, Cody gets on the mic, and, you know, he has an emotional moment with his brother, and that's fine. Like, I'm cool with that. But why did he have to announce that he wants his brother to team up with him to face the Young Bucks? Like, why did that have to be announced at all? Couldn't Cody be like, I need to team up with you at Fight for the Fallen, Dustin. I want my older brother. Couldn't they say that? Why did they have to announce they have to fight the Young Bucks? Because now in my mind, the Young Bucks are coming up next, and I'm saying, well, the Young Bucks are going to win. So you kind of spoiled for a show, a wrestling show that's trying to be sports oriented and stuff like that. For a wrestling show that's trying to be sports oriented, you pretty much spoiled a big match. So really, to be honest, I went into the Lucha Bros and Young Bucks match pretty excited for it, and my excitement kind of went down because no way the Young Bucks are losing to the Lucha Bros. If the Young Bucks are going to be teaming up to face Cody versus Dustin, like, who would book that crap? That would be terrible booking if that happened. And so, yeah, you had the Young Bucks take on the Lucha Bros, and oh god, I've heard so many people say they love this match, and this brought back tag team wrestling. I I don't know if you guys have not watched Impact Wrestling. There's a good match called LAX versus the Lucha Bros that blows this shit out of the water. Both encounters from their pay-per-views. Holy shnikes. From Homecoming and whatever that other pay-per-view that they had. I forgot the name of it. Rebellion or something like that. Homecoming or Rebellion. Those matches, the LAX versus Lucha Bros, 10 times better than this Young Bucks crap. This match was terrible. When are fans going to finally chant same old shit? When are fans going to get sick and tired of the Young Bucks, man? Because I don't understand. We get these wrestling fans are the same fans that bitched about Brock Lesnar Suplex City crap, bitched about Cena and the 5 moves of doom, bitched about this, bitched about that, bitched about that. Like, you know, they bitch about wrestlers being so limited. What the fuck do the Young Bucks do different than any match? Every match from the Young Bucks is literally the fucking same. They go out there, they do a regular attack match for about 5 minutes. Then they were like, oh, the crowd's just kind of into it. Let's go chaos and do a bunch of stupid shit. And it's the same fucking shit. The same super kicks, the same, like, seriously. Young Bucks match time, guys. You ready for a Young Bucks match? Because I got you a Young Bucks match. Super kick party! Oh, yeah! Oh! 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 That's a Young Bucks match. Same old shit. Same old fucking shit. And then the other wrestlers, they will do their what's it called? They'll do their tag team, double team moves and shit. And guess what? Young Bucks kick out like it's nothing. It's like same old shit. Same old shit. When are you AEW fans or just Young Bucks fans? When are you guys finally going to chant same old shit? Same old shit. And it's like hypocrites. This is why I hate the Young Bucks fans sometimes, because they're such hypocrites. They'll bitch about Roman Reigns doing the same Superman punch, ooh-wah, limited moveset shit when the Young Bucks are limited and all they do is just add some flips to shit so people don't care. It's just honestly ridiculous, man. It's honestly ridiculous. The same old fucking shit every single time. And I'm waiting for wrestling fans to finally chant, same old shit, same old shit. Because that will finally make the Young Bucks wake up and realize and learn tag team wrestling. There was a point in the match that Pentagon was saying lo siento because he was sorry for not keeping up with the pace. No, Pentagon, you should have kept on calling them puto motherfucker Kayate, Despacito, and freaking beat their asses. Tell those boys to freaking slow the fuck down. Oh, honestly, the worst match on Double or Nothing. I know people are going to hate me for that. They're going to be, no, it was the worst match, man. It's the same Young Bucks match. There's nothing different. It's the same crap. There's not really much of a point to watch Young Bucks matches because they're just like John Cena matches. You know what's going to happen. LOL, Young Bucks win. LOL, Young Bucks win. It's just, I don't understand. I just don't understand how like the Young Bucks just don't get, like they shit on WWE and their performers and stuff like that. But it's like, bro, you guys are just as limited as them. You don't really do that much. I don't understand the charm and the appeal of the Young Bucks. If someone can, I don't know, educate me. I guess it's not educating. If someone can just explain to me why. Why are they so great? They do the same old shit. Please start chanting that. Please start saying same old shit to the Young Bucks. Wake them up from reality, man. Oh, terrible match. And then Jericho versus Omega, Alpha versus Omega 2. The big match of the night. Winner gets to face Hangman Page. Yeah, that's right. Hangman Page. Because just like WWE reviews, I'm not going to talk about the pre-show. So in the 21 Casino Battle Royale, Hangman Page won that. And so now he's the number one contender for the goopy AEW World Championship. He's the number one contender for that belt. And the belt looks nice, actually. I wouldn't say it's my favorite design, but it's a nice looking belt. But Hangman Page is the number one contender and he's going to face either Jericho or Kenny Omega. Now, this match between Jericho and Omega, you could tell, well, I don't know if it was no disqualification or not. They were doing a bunch of shit that I felt like the referee should have disqualified them for, but hey, whatever. Like, that's where I'm so confused. Where is the line in AEW where there's disqualification? Where's the official AEW rule book? So I'm not confused. Because I know the New Japan rules. I know that those rules, they at least explain the rules of New Japan, that they have a 20 count and everything like that. That's fine. But where's the AEW rule book? Because there was like at least 3 times I was watching this match. I'm like, that's a disqualification. That's a disqualification. That's a disqualification. Global Wars. My favorite belt is the IWGP Heavyweight title. I think that's the best looking belt currently right now, especially when it's all bedazzled up. It looks really nice. But anyways, like where's the rule book? Because these guys are doing shit that would be disqualification city. And afterwards, like, the lame part about this match was like, it was actually good, but the finish was so lame, dude. Like, okay, so Jericho unveiled this new finisher, the Judas Effect. And what it is, it's a spinning back up. Oh, shoot, my light went out. Bray Wyatt's coming to evade me. Yowie wowie. But yeah, the Judas Effect, it's just a spinning elbow like this. And it's like, okay, like, in MMA, yeah, the spinning back elbow when it's hit by Jon Jones, that shit does hurt. But like, it was like Jericho was trying to build this up, and you saw training videos of him like punching and stuff, and he went to Dave Batista's gym, and so it was like the match was good. Like, they hit each other with hard hitting moves, and then all of a sudden Jericho gets up, Omega gets up at the same time. Jericho hits the Judas Effect, and then that was it. I was sitting there. The first time I saw it, I was like, no, I get it. They used to get the finisher over, but wow. And then the second time I watched it, I laughed. And then the third time I watched it, I just couldn't believe it. I was just like, Jericho, I get it. You're trying to reinvent yourself. This is what you do best. And I condemn you on that. I don't hate you for doing that. But man, dude, you gotta choose. You got to choose a better finisher, man. You got to invent something new for the wheel, man, because the Judas Effect ain't it. This ain't it, Chief. All right? This could be a signature move. I'm fine with you using this as a signature move. Like you have the boom and the Judas Effect. That's fine. I can believe that as a signature move. But as a finisher move, like, I don't know, man. This is just so – this is like one of the list of ideas that you should put on the list of Jericho, because this is not a good one, Chief. I don't know how this could be a finisher, man. This is like a signature move at the best. Because here's the thing. Certain moves, like for example, Roman Reigns' Superman punch. It's a signature, but that could be a finisher. That could be Reigns' actual finisher if WWE ever decided to do that. The Judas Effect, I don't see that as a finisher, man, because I saw Awesome Kong do a fucking spinning back elbow in the Fatal 4-Way women's match. So how come that didn't finish anyone? And that's the thing people need to understand. When all these wrestlers do certain moves and stuff, what makes Jericho's elbow the most deadliest elbow? Oh, because he went to Batista, Dave Batista's gym. Well, I love Dave Batista, but Dave Batista is not some MMA fighter extraordinaire. It's not like Dave Batista has like an MMA record where I'm like, oh shit, yeah, that's respectable. He beat some guy that's not named Rashad Evans. That's not really Rashad Evans, I should say. So it's not like Jericho, like, it's like, oh, he went, oh, Jake Hager trains there. Okay, cool. Swagger's there. Doesn't mean anything to me. All right. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I'm trying to say, like, if Jericho went to like Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I know everyone's going to be like, Chase, what are you talking about? Listen, I'm just trying to give an idea so that way people can understand where I'm coming from with the Judas Effect. If you went to Albuquerque, New Mexico, Greg Jackson's gym, if you guys don't know who Greg Jackson is, he coaches MMA fight. He coached Donald Cerrone, who's going to fight Tony Ferguson in June. He's currently the coach of Jon Jones and Holly Holm. And I'm pretty sure if you never watched a second of MMA, you know who the fuck Jon Jones is, and you know who Holly Holm is. So I'm just saying, if he went to Greg Jackson's gym in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and he learned the Judas Effect from Jon Jones, who's known to have a deadly spinning back elbow, that would make more sense. That would be like, okay, I get that. I can understand he's been training with Jon Jones for this long. But no, he went to Dave Batista's gym. This is not a gym where I say, oh, I trust the MMA. I don't know any fighters that came out of the gym besides Hager. Does anyone know any MMA fighters that came out of Dave Batista's gym? I love Batista, but no, there's not a lot of fighters there. That's all I'm saying. Like the Judas Spec, it's a fine move for a signature, but you couldn't put that as your finisher. No, Chief, this ain't it. Don't put that as your finisher. But then afterwards, Jon Moxley came out. It was cool. He did the whole Shield shit. Everyone's like, oh, this is like Stone Cold and Razor Ramon all over again, WCW, and it's like fans like, man, dude, it's like that's so funny. So many fans tell us to leave the memories alone, let go of the past. This is the present, the future, and yet they're the ones that will compare. You know, they're the ones that will compare like everything, man. Like they're the ones that won't let AEW be itself. They're like, yeah, this is how all great wars started, and it's like, no, stop. You're comparing Jon Moxley to fucking Scott Hall back in the 90s. Stop. Like, no, this ain't it. Like, you guys really need to stop comparing stuff from the past. Like, it's not happening. Wrestling's so much different now. The world is so much different. Technology is different. Stop comparing the past. Like, the more you compare the past, the more foolish it looks. That's just how it is. It's just the bottom line. Stop comparing the past to the past. Like, oh, this is like WCW and WWE, AEW's on TNT. Stop. It's nothing like it. Enough. AEW is just AEW. They're going to forge their own path. Yes, we can use history to kind of say, hey, I don't think it's a good idea for wrestlers to have executive roles. See Jeff Jarrett in TNA. See Kevin Nash in WCW. Yeah, that's fine. You can say that. You can say that. But don't sit here and start comparing that this is like WCW all over again. Because most of you, first of all, most of you guys were not even born to remember when most of you all that were born, you all don't even remember what WCW was all about. You were at the tail end of WCW. You were at the tail end of World Championship Wrestling, so stop. 2, y'all don't even know your WCW history like that. Like, you guys just know the Monday Night War portion of WCW from like the WWE documentaries and stuff like that, so stop. You want to compare this shit to WCW, enough is enough. It's time for a change. This is the present. Wrestling's different. Media streams are different. It doesn't matter. I'm so tired of fans comparing the past to the present. Like I get it. It's just something that we do in sports in general. I get it. I understand. But enough is enough, man. Like, we got to stop comparing WCW to AEW. AEW is its own thing. AEW is Tony Khan's project that he's working on. This is something that Tony Khan's always wanted to do. He found a group of wrestlers that are down to do this. That's it. And it's just like, for me, it's like when you start comparing this to WCW and you start saying there's some war happening, there is no flipping war. AEW, all it does now, what AEW does now, it just helps wrestling. That's all AEW is doing. Fans want there to be some war and think, oh, this will wake up Vince and kick him in the ass. No, Raw tonight is probably going to still be crappy. Raw's not going to be good tonight. Like, if anyone thinks Raw is going to be better because of AEW, no. Vince knows who watches his product. Vince knows what his investors like. And sooner or later, for the AEW fans, AEW right now is just running pay-per-views. AEW is just running pay-per-views. Keep that in mind. Do you want to know why UFC doesn't have a weekly show or anything like that? Or like a weekly fight series and stuff? Because if UFC had like a weekly show, they would have to answer to commercials and ads and everything like that. Sooner or later, AEW, once they get the weekly show, people are going to realize there's going to be stuff that is changing. Advertisements, because here's the thing. TNT wants to make money, and certain advertisers are going to be like, towards AEW. TNT is not like Fox when it comes to certain things. That's what people are not understanding. AEW can get away with a lot more stuff right now because they're on pay-per-view. They're just a pay-per-view only company. That's why the UFC gets away with a lot of shit, because they're pay-per-view and they also do the weekly ESPN Plus stuff. But that's not like a weekly show. They already are paid out by their advertiser. When AEW gets on a weekly show, it's going to be a lot different. Comparing a pay-per-view, one pay-per-view, to a weekly television show is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous, and especially because AEW doesn't even have a weekly show yet. So So please pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. Don't be like, oh, see, this is why I'm AEW. Double or Nothing was better than Raw. I hope a pay-per-view is better than Raw. I really do. I really hope that your pay-per-view is better than fucking Raw. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people are sitting here and they're going to compare a pay-per-view that you had to pay $50 for to free TV. Okay, John Jones. You're going to sit here and compare a pay-per-view to free TV. Okay. Compare AEW's pay-per-view to the WWE pay-per-view. That's the only fair way. Because we don't know what AEW is going to do weekly. It's easy to do pay-per-views for wrestling than it is a weekly show. It's just a fact. Out of the 52 weeks of the year, how many good to great weekly shows do we get from WWE? I would say it's like a fourth of it, man. That's all I'm saying. A fourth of the year we get good pay-per-views. I mean, not good pay-per-views, good weekly shows from WWE. But Nero, the thing is, this is not back in the day. Nowadays, Vince is a guy who's more focused on his American Football League than he is about his WWE, his wrestling league promotion. He doesn't care about that. I'm just saying, for today, when I'll see it on Twitter, you're going to see it on Twitter too. You're going to see fans being like, "This is why I'm an AEW fan. Double or Nothing showed me why," and stuff like that. Raw sucks, and it's like, well, yeah, Raw's going to suck. It's been sucking for like the last 5 weeks. What makes you think that one wrestling pay-per-view from another promotion is going to make them say, "Oh, we should really change"? No, the time we're going to see when Raw changes is once AEW is on TNT. That's when Raw will actually change. That's when Raw will actually start giving a damn and actually putting on good product, because Vince will start realizing, first of all, they will be on Fox. So they're going to have to actually try. USA is going to be looking at that and saying, hey, you're going to try on Fox, so you're going to try with us too. They're going to try once it hits fall time. Normally the fall time for WWE is their excuse to not try, because they're like, oh, we don't need to really worry about it and stuff like that. And the one thing about that they will have over AEW and stuff like that is Monday and Fridays, that's going to be pretty much theirs for except against Monday Night Football. But Fridays, SmackDown has nothing to worry about. That's the reason why Fox put it on Fridays, because Fox looked at it and said, hey, you don't really have to worry about anything on Friday except for maybe the odd Thursday Night Football on Fridays, which is stupid. I don't know why you still call it Thursday Night Football. Just call it freaking Friday Night Football. It's not hard. AEW, the one thing they have to worry about is I don't know what time they're going to be on TNT prime time, because TNT, there's this league. I don't know if you guys heard of it. It's called the NBA, the National Basketball Association, and stuff like that. It's a pretty big deal. Their finals are on Thursday. Don't know if you know this league. It's pretty big. It's here in America. They have a show on TNT. So I don't know when AEW is going to air on TNT, what time, and if the time is going to be friendly. That's what I'm trying. That's what all I'm trying to say. Yes, they have this primetime theme, but if you're going to try to tell me you're going to air that at 7 p.m. before the basketball games start, or earlier, 7 p.m. Eastern time, well, here's the thing. Most Pacific time people don't get off of work at 4 p.m. Some people do, but most don't. So you're going to tell most people on the Pacific Standard Time are going to miss like an hour, maybe an hour and a half of AEW TV. So I don't know how their TV deal is going to work, what TNT is going to do, because TNT, they're loyal to the NBA. There's a show called Inside the NBA. They win a bunch of Emmys for. They're one of the best sports shows that you will see. Even if you're not a sports fan, you can turn on one episode of Inside the NBA and you will be entertained. That's literally the only NBA show I really watch is Inside the NBA. It's just freaking great. It's Emmy Award winning for a reason. So I'm curious to see when AEW gets to weeklies. But I really just get so annoyed that so many wrestling fans are just so, I don't know, man, so sheepish. They just think, oh, man, they have one good pay-per-view and now I'm supposed to compare that to Raw. It's like, oh. It just makes no sense to me. I'm not going to compare a pay-per-view to a weekly television show. I'll compare Double or Nothing to Money in the Bank, and I thought Double or Nothing was better than Money in the Bank by a smidgen. I'm sorry, I'm a Brock Lesnar mark. You know I love when Lesnar kind of, you guys knew like when what's it called? Okay, Andre, let's be real here. In terms of WWE standards, they're not afraid of Impact. Impact at this point, they got to worry about other stuff besides like, you know, WWE and stuff. They just need to worry about their product. So yeah, it was like a smidgen better than Money in the Bank. I'm just saying, man. Brock Lesnar climbing up the ladder and laughing and stuff. That was the funniest way to end the pay-per-view. Like so many fans got pissed about it. I loved it, Mago. I love it, Mago. I was enjoying it, man. So overall, AEW Double or Nothing was just a solid wrestling show. It was a fun little discussion. So send your questions, Q&A. Doesn't have to be wrestling related. You can ask me anything you want. But overall, like I said, AEW Double or Nothing was a solid show. My favorite spot, probably when Goldust did the Dustin Rhodes did the Crossroads. I thought that was a pretty sick spot. ROH is in trouble, but it's just ROH. Laughing, man. Oh, Matt Taven's your world champion. Like, come on, cuh. Matt Taven, man, at least AEW is going to have at least Hangman Page or Chris Jericho, but you're going to have Matt Taven. Like, oh. And then Jay Lethal's still going to re-win that belt. That's the worst part. Rest in peace, WWE. They're still alive. They're still $1 billion company, Dre Smooth. So I don't know why he's saying that. I don't think WWE's dead. Just I said this before, and I'll say it again. Did you feel that Cody Rhodes, Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, Jeff Jarrett at AEW? Kenny Omega's trying to be too nice. This guy's supposed to be the mega star of wrestling. He was the hottest free agent, and dude's losing to Chris Jericho. He's trying to be too nice. Like he's trying to act like he's humble. Don't humble yourself, boy. Young Bucks are definitely Young Bucks are already showing Jarrett signs. Their ego, their post-media scrum, that was I was laughing. I was like, oh my God. Like Matt Jack's like, you know, I like to troll, I like to be humorous, and I laugh at everything. And so if I find it funny, I was like, oh God, dude. You really get like Tony Khan, you really gave an executive vice president role to him? Like, oh God. Cody, for all the crap I'll give Cody Rhodes, he seems like the only one probably decently mature enough. And out of all the group, he is decently mature enough to be an EVP. Matt and Nick Jackson just seem like a terrible job. And Kenny, no offense to Kenny, he just doesn't seem like he fits that role. Also, why did they have to start the show with all four of them going on the ramp, being like, yeah, we did this? Like, God damn. If Triple H and Stephanie and Vince and Shane did that, everyone would be like, oh, stop booking hot dogging. Like, oh, people would be so pissed. They just came up and like, yeah, double or nothing. Like, oh, God. Yeah, this is terrible. Oh, that time won't happen anytime soon. They have way too much money to go rock bottom, Dre Smooth. What happened to the sports-like presentation AEW promise? I saw plain WWE pay-per-view. We'll see PZ. It was a WWE pay-per-view. It just had a different name to it. It's just called AEW. This is Vince's master plan. Damn it. You really think that I'm going to let Tony Khan run the wrestling business? Oh, you don't understand, damn it. I'm the one who's running AEW. I told Tony Khan about it. I said, I want to do something different. I want the wrestling world to be injected with a lethal dose of excitement, damn it. And then Tony said to me, wait, my voice got deeper. It must be the microphone. Let me check real quick. Okay.